So just give a small recap. So yesterday we saw about the types of variables, global and then local. So what is a static variable, what is a non-static variable, and then how to access the static, non-static, and then local variable. And what is the difference between the usage of actually what a static variable and then local variable by referring them only with a variable name. So we have seen these things. Then also we saw the basics of functions, so how to write a function and then how it is being used. So today we're going to see actually what more on functions. Yesterday we saw about return types. So today we are going to see about method overloading concept also. Let me open the good. So let me create a class. Functions overloading. Okay, return type, all those informations now we'll see. I created my class called functions return type, and then I selected default radio button, and then I clicked on the public static void main function. I close the unwanted things. So now I want you guys to help me. So, hey, hi Guna. Guna, you're there? Or Pratap? Hey, hi Pratap, you're there?
Yes.
Yes, oh, cool. Hey, thanks Guna. Thanks Pratap. Guna, can you help me? I want to write a default method. A default method is what is a method which does not have any argument. Okay, what is the arguments? Is like actually what? This is a function. Main is a function. Okay, here we have the braces, right? Inside the braces, if we have any information, that will be called as a argument. Okay, so right now I want you to write a default method which is of void return type. Okay, so I'll just show you some previous old things. So you can use this. You can see for reference. So my method name should be actually what? Method 1, which is of void return type. And then I want you to call the method also, which is a non-static method. Okay, now can you tell me? Any idea? Or anyone else wanna try? Pratap or anyone?
This is Sagar. Can I
Hey, yes, sure, Shagar.
Let's start with void.
Super. Yes, void.
What's the name you want?
Method 1.
Method 1.
Yes.
The curly braces.
Super. Yes.
Or the braces. Yeah.
Yes.
So here will be system CISO. Yeah.
Yes.
So what we want to print here?
Just method 1. Okay. Now I want to call that method.
Yeah.
So
do we need to add a return there after this?
So yes. So we can. It's not mandatory to have a return statement in void because we cannot return any value.
Okay.
Just we can have a return.
Yeah. Okay.
But we cannot return any value. So that's why it's not mandatory to have return here the void.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now,
so then we go to the main function.
just a minute. So Shagar, I want you to print program starts method 1, then again to main, then method 1, then program ends. So this is my output. Based on this, you have to tell me what you need to do right in the main function.
Okay. So we'll go to the main program and start with CISO program starts.
So I will write this one here. So I just don't want to execute this program through Java. So if I want to comment this, so for that you can press select everything. Then for shortcut is Control Shift /.
Okay, Control Shift forward.
Okay. Another option. So for example, Control Shift /. So it gives you /* and then ends with actually what? The */. Same thing, if you just press Control /, all the lines will be commented.
Okay.
Okay. So I will just do the same thing. Control Shift /. Okay. Yeah. So first.
So CISO, in quotes, program starts.
Yes. Super.
Yeah. Now we need to create an object.
Yeah. So object, how you can create?
The name.
Yeah.
Class. Function. Right.
Yeah. Class name.
And obj1.
obj1
equal to new.
Yes. My class name with parentheses. That's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Yes. Then.
So now we print method. Oh, sorry. My bad. Here, CISO. Method 1.
So what do you need to do?
Obj dot method 1 we need to print.
Correct. obj1 dot. I need to call the method 1 here.
Method 1. Yeah.
That's it. So what this will do? This step, what it will do, Sagar?
So it will. Sorry, I'm not sure.
So when you're calling this method 1 through object, so this will go and call me this method 1 here. Okay, this method. Then it goes and executes all the lines inside the method. So prints me method 1 now.
Okay.
Then return. Return means what happened? That is, it's saying actually what? Go back to the same place wherever it has been called. That's what this return.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we came here. Now next, what I need to do?
Again, CISO again to main.
Yeah. So again to main. Why it's throwing error?
Quotes.
Yeah, it should be in double quotes because then only it's a string. Can I give it in actually what single quote?
No.
No.
Double
So
quote only.
yes,
that's the syntax. Yeah.
Correct. Single quote means a character which can store only one letter alone. Only string can store multiple words.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
Yeah. So then method 1 again. So do we need to create the object again, or like the same we can, because we already created, we are in obj1 method 1.
Correct. We can use the same object to call the method again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Good. Then.
So the next one again, CISO. Next line. Double quotes. Program ends.
Program ends. That's it. Very good, sir. Good man. So right click, run as Java application. 3. Program starts, method 1 again to main, method 1 program ends. Hey, good Sagar. Hi Pratap.
Hi.
Pratap, now I want you to write a method which is of actually what? Integer return type. Okay, the method name should be actually what? Method 2.
Okay. Method integer return type, right?
Correct.
So okay, then void method 2.
Void method 2. Open.
Here integer, right? You're saying.
Yes,
So
I want.
argument method 2. I think within the method 2 braces, I think we can declare the integer or.
No, return type means what? Always the information which comes at the
Oh,
beginning.
okay. Okay, then int.
Instead of void, it should be int.
Int. Okay. Integer method. Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Then after that, I want to print method 2 here.
Okay, then syswo.
Yeah.
And within braces, like whatever we want to.
Correct. Method 2. So why it's throwing me an error?
Method 2. Yeah, return statement because it is majorly it is integer type.
Correct. So what I need to do?
Return.
Return. Still is throwing me error.
Return space. I think here I think we have to.
I think it's not character. It should be integer.
Correct. So I need to pass because integer is the return type. So I need to pass an integer value.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, Pratap, again tell me. I want to have another method called method 3. Return type should be Boolean. Now, can you tell me?
Boolean is some okay. Boolean space method 3.
Super.
And system
And
braces is
correct. Okay. So we should have the braces. Yes. Yes. Then.
syswo.
Yes.
Method 3.
Yes.
And here written the Boolean some range is there, right? So
yeah, Boolean is true or false. You can say.
Yeah.
Good. Did it go? Everyone got right. So based on the return types, you have to return the values. Okay. So void cannot return any value. So that's why you can have a return statement, but you cannot return value. That's why also in void return is not mandatory for us. Okay, guys. Everyone is clear? Any questions from anyone?
But we want to know, see, when we say written 100,
yeah,
what it will do actually.
That's all. That is the next one I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, okay.
So now you are returning it. So what I need to do means I need to the return value I need to capture and then I want to use it in the program.
Okay.
Okay, so still now we have returned it, but still now we have not used the value. So how to use the value? That's what we are going to see. Okay.
Okay.
So now I'll just remove all these things because we know already. So first I'll call this method. So I need to create an object. So can I have it as a static method here? These methods can also be static. Anyone can tell me?
Methods.
I mean, we can't use static, right?
No, as like variables, methods also can be static. If you just give a word static before the method, that will be a static method. So it can access all those things with reference of a class name. Clear, right? See, method 1, method 2, method 3, all those things I can access. Understood, guys? Okay.
Yeah.
So now next, I need to call this method to, then it's going to return me an integer value. So that integer value I will capture in a variable and then I can use it. Okay, how? We'll see.
Morally, yesterday you told that like all initialization, global initialization variable should be static will be under like under the program, right? It's not inside the main function.
Correct. So now also main is a separate function, right? Inside the functions, you cannot have any static variables or something. That's what I told.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, guys. So outside it can be anything. Just a second. Sorry, guys. So outside the function, you can have actually what? Static members. Inside the functions, you cannot have a static member. So here I'm saying integer I is equal to 100 you can have, which is a local variable. Here I cannot have static variable here, which will throw me an error. Getting? Same thing. This is my method. Another. Okay, this is also a function only. So in this function also, you cannot have integer I equal to 10. You can have a variable, a local variable for this function. But here also you cannot have a static variable. Okay, inside a function you cannot have a static member. Okay, so outside these all are global. Okay, all the functions are by default the global only. Getting? All the functions are by default the global only. See, public, static, void, main. So that means main is actually my name of the function. Void is the return type. Static is what means it's saying actually what is a static method or a non-static method. Public is what for access modifier up to which level we can access this. So here also I can have public. Clear, right? So public, all those access modifier we have not seen still now. The only thing is if it is a public, you can access that information everywhere.
Okay, under the class you can have any number of functions.
Yes, you can have multiple functions. Okay, right?
Class is only one class can define under the package.
Sorry, come again.
See, under the package you can define only one class or multiple classes.
No, see, multiple classes we have here, and multiple packages under this project. Okay, right? So inside a class you can have multiple functions, multiple variables, whatever you want you can have multiple. The only thing is it should be of unique name. See, right now I cannot have again method 1. What will happen? This becomes as a duplicate. Same thing here, can I have again integer I is equal to 20? I cannot have. Why? What will happen? It creates another local variable called I inside the method 1. That becomes as a duplicate. Now when I'm going to print CISO I, now my JVM, okay, Java virtual machine will not know whether I need to call this I or whether this I, which I to print. Clear? That's why we cannot have two variables of same name. I can have another variable name called EA. Otherwise, I can, if I want to reinitialize this same variable, I need to give I is equal to 30. Okay, that is possible. You can reinitialize it, but you cannot create a same variable with the same name. Okay, you cannot create a variable with same name again, which becomes as a duplicate.
Under that function, we cannot create a same name, but in the other function, same name we can use.
Correct, because that is actually a local memory for that function. Each and every method has its own local memory.
Okay.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now next, let me go. So just give a second. So let me actually call everything 2 minutes. So now we know how to call the functions. Now we have made everything as static. So static actually method means what? The only thing is reference of a class, we can call them everything. We can call everyone. Okay. So now we are going to use one more thing. I'm going to return a value 100 true through help of my actually what functions. Okay. Now I need to print everything. That is actually what I need to capture the informations wherever I'm calling. Then I need to return the the returned value I need to capture and then print it. So how we can call the method to, so functions return type is my class name, right? Return type dot method to. So now what will happen when I call this method? This will go and call me this method to, prints me method to, integer is the return type, so it's returning me 100. Now what will happen? It will, after the execution, it will return 100 to this place. Okay, that's what it will do. It's going to return 100 to this place. So now I want to print that information means, so capture the information means what? The return value is what? Integer. So I need to capture it in an integer variable. Integer a equal to 100. Okay, now what will happen? If I try to print a, it's going to give me run as Java application. It's going to give me 100. Clear, right? Same thing. Now I want someone. Okay, understood, right? You call the method and then the method will return, after execution of that method, it's going to return me the value 100. Now I'm going to capture the information to a variable. So it's so simple as like integer a is equal to 100. Instead of giving, we are going to call the method and then we are going to print it. Okay, so how it is being used in real time means, so in real time, okay, I will execute a method. Okay, so what I will do means, for example, I'm going to execute a method to create a project. Okay, once you create a project, it's going to create a serial number for the, okay, a project ID for it. Okay, so I want to capture that project ID, then I want to return to the place wherever the method is called. Understood? I'm going to call a method to create a project. That project creation will generate me one ID. I am going to capture that ID and then I'm going to print the ID in my program. So for that, this method, it needs to create the project and then the captured ID I'm going to return here. That ID will come here and then I'm capturing it under a variable. Then I will utilize it here. Understood? This is what we used in Selenium. Otherwise, one more thing is what means. So right now, I'm going to read an information from an Excel sheet. Okay, so I will actually what pass on the information actually what through Excel sheet what I need to read. So it will go and read the information and finally it's going to return me the information what is read from the Excel sheet. Okay, these are the real-time scenarios we used in Selenium. Execute the method, capture any information and then return to the place wherever it is called. Understood? Anyone has any questions on understanding this return type, how to capture it? Can everyone ping me in the chat windows? Yes, if you have understood it. Or if you want to repeat it again, let me know. I will repeat again also.
Yeah, can you repeat one more time?
Cool. So I will have another method. Return type. Okay, so let anyone help me. So Kranti, can you help me to write a method, okay, which is going to be return type is integer, method name is actually what, method one.
Okay. Whether it's a static void method one or
Super, it's a static method. Awesome, good.
okay. Static void
Static void
method one base
okay,
and what we can say that one.
the
Yeah.
curly braces, so flower braces.
Flower braces.
So
And,
what is the return type here?
sorry,
What is the return type for this method?
it's a void.
I need integer.
Okay, you just you have to remove the void and we have to write it.
Super, correct. Then
CISO
so
method one.
method one I'm going to print.
Yeah. Next return the value we need to give here.
So 10 is the value I'm going to return.
Okay.
Okay, super. Now can you tell me how I can call this method?
We have to like it's a static, so we need object.
Correct, super. So static members, how can we refer?
Class return type.
Because super. Return type is a class name. Return type dot
Method one.
Method one. Super. So now right click, run as Java application. So what's going to do? Main function starts to execute. Now it's going to call the method one, and then it's going to print method one and returns me 10. Okay, that 10 will come over here, but we are not doing anything. So in case if I give that information under the system.out.println, see now what happens. Okay, inside the system.out.println, I'm going to use a return type dot method one. So return type dot method one will go and call me method one, prints me the method one, returns me 10. That 10 will come over here. Correct? Now I'm using the system.out.println. See now what happens. It prints me 10. Clear? So it's as like this. In the information like this. Understood, right? So now instead of printing it, I just want to capture it in a variable. So I will just give integer a is equal to return type dot method one. So now what's happening? This step will go and call me the method one. Then it returns me an integer value 10. So that 10 will come over here. Correct? Okay. Then what will happen here if it is like this? It's like creating a new variable called a, which is of integer type. Correct, right?
Yeah.
So that's what. So now if I want to print the value of a, so a, what will happen? That will print me 10. Now everyone is clear, guys?
Yes.
Hey, thanks, Kanti. Guys, others, can everyone ping me in the chat window as yes if you have understood it? Everyone is clear? Super. Okay, Guna, Sagar. Good. Okay, return types is actually what? The return value, we are going to capture it in a variable and then we are going to print it. Okay, so how it is been used in real time? I will show you the function overloading program and then finally I will help you. So now, function overloading. So can I have the same method name once again? Sing. Can we have like this here? Integer a is equal to 20. Can we have here? No. what will happen? It's like creating another variable called a here, okay, which is not possible because it becomes as a duplicate. Okay, you cannot create a duplicate variable. Same as like that, you cannot create a duplicate method also. Okay, so how? For example, see, I have a method name called void method one. Then I'll have another method void method one again with the same name. What is this? This is a duplicate. Can I have it as an integer? Let's see. I will just write it here. So method one return 10. But even though throws an error, if I mouse over to the error, rename, it's a duplicate method. Okay, so based on the return type also it not works. If it is a static and non-static, will it work? No. Okay, always it's a duplicate. How can we differ it? Means with help of actually what? The arguments. Okay, so here if I pass it as actually what? For example, integer a. Now it becomes as a different method or a string a. Now every time it will be called as a different thing. Now it can be void, whatever it is. So once we pass an argument, this becomes as a duplicate method. Clear, right? Okay, so this is functions with arguments. That is, I can have a same method name with different arguments. I can differ it. Okay, so here right now, what is the usage of the arguments here means? Okay, so for example, in real-time scenario, okay, I want to read an information from my Excel sheet. Okay, I'll take this Excel sheet. So I'll take this Excel sheet. So in this Excel sheet, so what I will do means I will give my row number and then my column number, which I need to read. So the row number is 0, 1, 2, 3. Then column number is 0, 1. Okay, so I will be passing 3, 1. Now what will happen if I pass 3, 1? This will go and then read the information called Abhilash, and then after that it's going to return to the place wherever it is called. So that means, so I'll just give a name, for example, read Excel. Okay, so I need to pass what are the things. So I need to pass a row number and then a column number. So I will give integer row number, comma, integer column number. Okay, I can have actually what? Multiple information. Then after that it's going to return this value. So this value will be a string. So I need to give return. String is the return type. Okay, system.println reading from Excel. Then after that it has been read. So now it's going to return the read value. Return, for example, it is Abhilash. Okay, inside there will be values actually what to read the Excel sheet, which you will be learning when we come to how to read and write from Excel sheet. That time you will come to know. Okay, so as of now, this is how it will be used in the real-time scenario. Okay, we will pass the row number and column number. Based on that, it goes to the Excel sheet and then read the information respective to the row number and then the column number. Then finally that information we captured, that captured information we will pass it over here. Okay, that's how we will be using the overloading. Clear, guys? Okay, this is the real-time usage. So right now for me, I'll have the same method name. So also here we can have the same method name. Okay, methods can be deferred with help of actually what arguments. It can be the type of argument or it can be based on the number of arguments. Based on the type of arguments or based on the number of arguments, a method can be deferred here. That's it. Clear? Based on type or based on number of arguments, a method can be deferred. That's the main thing. Did anyone ask any questions so far, guys? Anyone has any questions so far?
Methods.
Tell Kranti.
Actually, methods will differ with the argument and types of method.
So methods will be deferred based on the type of argument or based on the number of arguments. So what does that mean? So I'll have one more. So I will just give. So void method 1. Okay. So I will just mention as a default method. A method which does not have an argument. So we will be calling it as a default method. Okay, now I'll have another method, void method 1 integer a. So I will say integer argument method. Okay, then after that void method 1, the same method name again, string a. So string argument method. Another method void method 1. Here I'll just give it as actually, for example, boolean b something. Okay, variable name can be anything. So boolean argument method void method 1 integer a comma integer b. So integer arguments method void method 1 integer a comma double b. So integer and double argument method. Clear? Like this we can defer it. See, this method does not have any argument. This method has an integer argument. This has a string argument. This has a boolean argument. And then this has an integer comma integer argument. This has an integer and double argument. Okay, so how I can utilize all those things? So main. So here, all are non-static methods. So I'm trying to create. So everything I'll just move this braces along here so that so return type obj1 equal to new return type. So here obj1 dot okay method 1. So first I'm calling the default method obj1 dot method. So I want to call the integer argument method. Okay, so integer a. So here I need to pass an integer value because I need to pass an integer. Call the integer here. Okay, so now let me run this again. Run as Java application. So it's going to print me default method integer argument method. Okay, so here what will happen means when I pass 10, that 10 will be stored here. Okay, integer a we have here, right? So here in this place, that 10 will be stored. So now what will happen? So space plus a. So now when I do, what will happen? This a is a local variable for this function. So it's going to print the value of a. What is the value of a? That is we pass 10. Okay, right click, run as Java application. See, it's 10. Second time again I'm going to call the same method. Now I'm going to pass actually what? 20. Now if you see, right click, run as Java application. Integer argument method, and then the value is 20. That's the thing. Clear, right? Any questions for anyone? Understood, guys? Any questions for anyone?
No.
Okay.
No, Murli.
So the information here, what means, based on the type of arguments or based on the number of arguments, we can differentiate a method. So this concept is called as method overloading. Okay, or we'll be calling it as a function overloading. Okay, based on the type or based on the number of arguments, we can differ a method. See, the method name are same. Based on the arguments only, we are referring. We're changing it. Okay.
If it goes to types of methods like static or non-static.
Oh, still it works the same. So only thing is, if it's a non-static method, I refer through object. Static methods, I refer through help of a class name. Nothing differs on that. Understood, right?
Yes, yes. If I give like static void method 1 first,
Yes.
and second, if I give void method 1, is it takes?
Yes.
Without argument. Without argument.
No, that's what, that will not be differing it. Only the arguments will differ the method.
Okay.
Okay. Apart from that, the return type or static, non-static, nothing will differ you. Only the arguments will help you to differ the methods.
Okay. That's
Clear.
what I am getting. I am getting like confusion, like types of methods you are saying, no?
Nothing. Based on the arguments, it differs. That's the only thing. That is called as method overloading.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So in real-time scenario, what we will do means, okay, so for us, we used to actually call the method. Okay, for example, read the Excel sheet. So reading the Excel sheet, we will pass what is my row number and what is my column number. And then finally, actually, it's going to return me a string value. So this will be string here. Okay, that's what we saw here. So reading from the Excel sheet we had, right? Okay, reading from the Excel sheet. So what will happen? I will be, so if I want to call this method, what we will do? So here, read Excel. So right now, if I want to call this, so it's actually what non-static method. So first I need to create an object. So obj1 dot, then read Excel. I need to pass. So the row number is what means, for example, here it is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3 is my row number. And then after that, what is my column number? 0, 1. So 1 is my column number. 3, 1. So now what will happen? This will capture 3. This will capture 1. Okay. So if I want to print it, see, row number plus a space plus column number. So based on this row number and then the column number, it's going to read from the Excel sheet and then it's going to return me Abhilash. So that Abhilash will come here. So that information I'm going to capture string username is equal to. So sorry. String username is equal to. Okay. So now I'm going to print that. This is what the real-time usage. Now when I run this, see, reading Excel. Okay, first actually what will happen, main function start to execute. Then I'm creating an object. Then obj1.read Excel 3, 1. So both are integer values. So integer, integer. So 3, 1 will be passed. System not reading Excel. Row number is what? 3. Column number is what? 1. Okay. Then after that, it prints that reading 3, 1, and finally returns Abhilash. Now that Abhilash will come to this place. Then after that, let's capture enter the string variable and finally prints Abhilash here. Clear, guys? Any questions so far for anyone?
We have mentioned that Excel specific path, right? How it's going to capture it.
Oh, no, that's not real time. Actually, what usage? So I'm just giving an information to you. This is how it will work. But
Okay.
for real time, actually, what first we have to pass actually what where is the Excel sheet is present, the location, and then after that which sheet it wants to read, and then after that which row number, which column number. Okay, before that these two things extra I need to give. Okay,
Okay.
location of where that location means this is the location. The location in the D drive name is ABC dot XLSX. I need to give. Then after that, in that, what is my sheet name? And then after that, I need to give the row number and column number. Then only it can read.
Okay.
Okay, that we will be learning when we come to that actually what how to read and write from Excel sheets and Notepad, all those things. That time you will read.
Yeah, Murali.
Yes.
In real time, you won't write read. After return, we won't write that Abhilash, right?
In real time, what we will do means that is the direct captured value is what will be stored. Okay, so I will be reading the information from the Excel sheet that I will store it in a variable. That variable information I will be passing here.
Okay.
So, for example, if it is like this, string username is equal to that Abhilash. Okay, I will pass the string value here. Okay, this can be any name, variable names. Okay, I'm just giving some both are username. It can be any names. See, Abhilash.
Okay.
Clear?
If I want another name from the Excel sheet, that means I need to know that name, right? From that column, that row.
You should know actually what from where you want to read it. It's actually what your precondition. You should know what is your column number, what is your row number.
Then it will pick up Abhilash directly.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So information is you can return only one value from a method. You cannot return multiple values.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing, after return statement should be the last final statement. You cannot have any other statement after the return. Clear? Throws me an error.
Thank you.
Okay. Return should be the last statement in the method. You cannot have any other method, any other name, any other informations after that. Clear for everyone, guys? So anyone has any questions so far? Cool. So we'll have a break. Okay. 8 o'clock we'll again connect. Okay. Then after that we'll execute some programs for you. So which will give you some ideas. Okay. So the same thing we will try to execute. So as per the memory allocation concept. Okay. Through memory allocation concept. So yesterday we saw how to draw the memory and then after that to do right. Same concept we will do so that you will be clear. So how actually what the memory has been allocated for each and every variables or anything. Okay. That's what we're going to see next. Okay, guys. So we'll have a break. So 8:05 we will connect. Okay. We'll have a 10 minutes break. 8:05 we will connect. Okay. A 10 minutes break. Thank you. Bye, guys. Hello. Hey, hi guys. We'll continue the session. So now we are going to actually execute this program, and then with help of actually the so with help of memory location we'll do, just give me a minute. Okay, so let me execute this program. When we execute this program, what will happen? For us, a memory location will be created for us. So this will be the memory location name. So my class name with some hexadecimal number. My class name with some hexadecimal number. So I want someone to help. Hey, hi Sagar. Can you tell me what will be the first memory which will be created?
A static pool will be created.
Yes, correct. The first memory is static pool. So what are the static members will be loaded?
Generally, we don't have any. Okay, the public static void.
Correct. So all the static, it might be a variable or it might be a function. Everything will be loaded. Yes. Then
All of them.
yes,
Public
in
static
PA.
void.
Correct. If you see, it's of same method name with different arguments and then different return types. The arguments is which is going to differ them from another method. See, both are void, but the difference is it's integer argument, it is double argument.
Yeah.
So the difference between actually these two methods is what means. So this is integer and double argument. This is double and integer argument. So the number of arguments are same, but the type of arguments is actually different here.
Now the main function.
Correct. Then also my main function. So main alone, I'll just write it simply. That's it. Then next, what will happen?
Then local memory will be created. For
Local memory for
main.
Main will be created. Yes. The first memory which will be created is the local memory for the main. Yes. The local memory for main is created.
So
Come again.
The non-static variables will be there, like int c.
Sorry, no. The main function now starts to execute. Correct.
Yeah.
So what is the first one?
Sample.
Sample. So right now, are we referring with anything?
No.
No. So it goes to the main function. Do we have any sample method here?
Right now, no.
No. So if it is not, anything is not present in main, what will happen? Goes to the static pool and searches it. Here, do we have a sample method without an argument?
We have what?
Yes, we have here. So now what will happen? A local memory for the sample will be created.
Value will be
a local memory for the sample will be created now. So I will just capture this in sample. I'm not going to take the static alone, so just I'm going to take this alone. So for reducing the space. So now what will happen? A memory for sample has been created now. So where from the static pool. Okay. Then executes me the sample method. Prints me sample function. Then
also value
returns 100. So where that will return to the place wherever it is called. Correct?
Yeah.
So when actually what the execution for this is completed, what will happen? The memory allocated for that sample method will be deleted by the garbage collector. Okay. Next again control comes here. Now what we are doing? Integer c equal to sample. So that means it's going to create a local variable in the main function. Now it's going to call the sample method. Now what will happen?
we go to sample
Again, one more memory. That is go to the main function. Here do we do a sample? No. Comes to static pool. Do we have sample method? Yes. So again, one more time
in sample.
in sample. Yes.
And the value return value will be 100.
Correct. So it's going to print me again sample function. Then after that, it's going to return 100. That 100 will be stored where? In the C variable, which is there under the main function. So the C is a local variable for the main. Now system.out.println C. Now what will happen?
It will print 100.
How the search will go?
It will go to the main and it will.
Correct. When we have only the variable name, always the search goes to the main function. That is the local memory. Right now we are executing main is the local memory, right? Goes to the local memory. Here do we have C?
Yes.
Yes, that is 100. Good. Next.
The next one is system out println the
Dashes.
dashes.
That's
so
it.
that will be printed.
Good. Okay. A good brother. Good with Sagar. Next. Guna, you like to try? You like to give a try, Guna? Next. Sample of 10. Okay, good. So now it's sample of 10. Now what will happen? What is 10 here?
10 it's an integer.
Superb. So now what will happen? So here we have sample integer of a, sample double of a, integer and double and integer, double and string. So now sample of 10 matches with which method?
Int of a.
Correct. Sample int of a. So what will happen now? Creates a
Main function. So we go to static code.
Creates a local memory. Yeah. So goes to the main function. Do we have sample int of a? No. Comes to static pool. Here do we have? Yes. So creates a local memory for that. Okay. So before that, one more thing I forgot. Before executing this sample, this was been deleted, right? Okay. Then next what will happen? So here we have integer a, right? So what is this? This is a local. This argument will be like a local variable for this sample method. So integer a will be created. Okay, a local memory for the sample int a. Here, what is the value we passed? It's 100. So is equal to 100 here.
It's 10, right?
Sorry, 10. Sorry,
10,
sorry.
right?
Correct. It's 10.
Okay.
Cool. Then next, what will happen? Now it executes the sample method. What will be the output?
Function output.
Passing function. Then I'm doing a concatenation here. So plus a. When I have only a variable, where the search will go? When I have only the variable name, where the search will go?
Okay, go to the.
So right now, what is the local memory? So this is the local memory for that method. Okay. So here do we have a variable? Yes, we have. So prints me 10. In case if we don't have a variable, now what will happen? The search will go to the static pool because this has been created from where? From this place only. Clear, right?
Yes.
That's what. Okay, good. Thanks, good. So now next. Hey, hi Pratap. You're there?
Yeah, I'm there.
So now can you tell me what will happen? Sample of 10.50.
So Murli, what happens to the main? Do we not
Which one?
after this statement the main does not get reflected like the print?
No. So
Local memory in the main.
So right now sample int of a. So what we did here actually what sample of 10 we passed, right?
Yes.
So the 10 is what? It's an integer value.
Integer value.
So right now actually what it goes to the main function. Do we have a sample of integer a?
No.
So it goes to the static pool. Here do we have a sample of integer argument?
Yeah. Yes, we have.
So now it creates a memory for the sample of integer a.
Okay.
Then what is the value we are passing? 10.
10.
So in the integer a, it creates a new variable inside, and the a variable will be capturing 10.
10. Okay.
Then next actually what will happen? Executes me the sample integer of a method. Then prints me passing function, and then what is the a value? A value right now actually what is the local memory for execution of this? This one.
10. Yeah.
Okay. So now it goes to this local memory, checks whether do we have a variable. Yes, we have. In case if we don't have a variable, goes to the static pool and then checks actually what do we have a variable here. But here only we have the a variable, so that's why it takes the 10 and then prints me here.
Okay.
Then after the method has been executed, the memory will be deleted by the garbage collector.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So basically, if we have it in the main function only, the local memory for main will be populated. If not, it will go for the static pool
Yes.
and create the internal memory for itself.
Correct. It can be any function. Okay. So any local memory. First, actually, when we are going to execute a method, that method also will have a local memory.
Local memory.
Okay. So that point of time, if I'm going to refer any variable, so it checks in the local memory of that method. It might be main function or it might be a normal function. So verifies them. Do we have? No, we don't have. Then only we goes for the static pool. If you have in the local memory, takes the value from there itself.
Okay. If we say like after the sample 10, right, in the code.
Okay.
If we say system out println a, then it will go to the local memory and print a value or.
Sorry, come again. If we.
Okay. After in the code, right, in the main, where we have sample 10, which we just done. So passing function 10 got printed. Yeah, we ran this code line.
Okay.
So we got the passing function output, right?
Passing function, and then the a value will be 10. Yeah, yes, output. Correct.
So the next, say like the code, the next line will be print system out println in brackets a. Yeah. Here, like okay. Say like we have system println a.
Okay, here you are saying in case if we have system.out.println a. So here the next line. So after this, for example, syso a.
Yeah.
So now what will happen? So the syso a is there under where? Under the main function. Now it goes to the main function. Do we have a variable?
No.
Then it comes to the static pool. Do we have any a variable?
No. Oh yeah,
no.
We have.
No, we don't have. Where?
Oh, okay. A variable in int a.
So this will be throwing me an error. Okay. If we don't have anything, the information will be throwing an error that place itself. Okay, right?
I had a wrong understanding. So
Good.
If we really wanted to have a system println A, right, then we
Yeah.
should have initialized something. So like int A is something, then only probably it could have gone there, right, and printed.
So information is, if we have a main function and then we're executing there, so it searches in the main and then goes to the static pool and verifies whether that variable is present. In case if you're executing any method, it searches that variable in the local memory of that method. If it is not there, goes to the static pool. That's a concept.
Okay. Got it.
Clear, right?
Yeah, Murali, why
Yes,
you
ma'am.
want from the static pool where the method having the A variable?
Sorry, come again, Kranti.
See, first it tests from if we return in the main like this A, then it goes to the local memory of main. There it can't find the A variable there, and it goes to the static pool, and there we have the method having int A. Why it won't pick there?
No. Sorry, I did not understand. So, for example, right now, actually, what it searches over there in the in the method level. Okay.
Okay. What
Correct.
you said?
No, I
If
got confused with the question, Kranti. Can you come
yeah,
again?
I will explain.
Yeah, tell me.
In main, you return the Cisco A. Just now you return the example of Cisco A here.
Okay, system.out.println. Yeah, I'm having
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah. What you said, the system will goes first to the local memory of main, and there it will check the A.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Yes.
It is not there, then it goes to the static pool. Why it won't pick from this sample int A? You
That's a
said that.
method. That's a method.
Okay.
This is a method, but this is what? It's a variable. Correct,
Okay.
right? So variable will go and check whether any variable is present. So here, do we have any variable named called A?
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
right?
now I got it. Yeah.
I think me and Kranti had the same doubt. I think like we
Yeah,
put it different way, but it was like the same doubt.
correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, cool.
One-
So only thing
Yeah.
is variable to variable, method to method. That's our concept. Okay, right? Cool. So now next, sample of 10.50. Now can you tell me, Pratap, what will happen?
It will go to Boolean.
So,
Double A. It will
uh,
go to
super, correct. So search first goes to main function. Do we have sample of 10.50? No. So goes to the static pool. So 10.50 is a double value, decimal value. So goes and picks this. So it creates a local memory for this. So that is sample of double A. Okay. Then after the next, what will happen?
it will go to public static void sample double A.
Yes. Then what will be the double A? It creates a local variable called double A inside this method. What is the A value?
Here is 10.50.
Correct. It is 10.50. Yes. So, sorry. Correct. Then
Then it will print the passing double
correct.
space 10.50.
Now searches for the A variable. Where the search will go?
A variable goes to the sample method.
Yes. Do we have A variable here? Yes.
Yes.
That is 10.50 here. Clear, right?
Yes.
Yes. Then next, does it return any value?
It will no, it won't return.
Because it's a void. So it cannot return any value. Just a return statement it can have. Now control comes to the place here. Now when it control comes here,
Comes
the
here and
memory.
it will, we will wipe.
Correct. Super. Yes. Then next.
It will print the hello.
Correct. Yes. Super. Very good. Thanks, Pratap. Hey, hi, Kranti. Now can you execute this next step?
Yeah, yes, Murli.
Good.
It's second.
So
It goes to
10, comma 20.50, comma Murali. So which will match?
it's a last one, I think.
Correct. So
Yeah,
sample of integer A, double B, string C.
yeah, string C.
That will be matching. So it creates a memory for it. So what will happen now?
Yeah, now it's a int A equals to
Super.
10.
Yes. Int A is equal to 10.
Double
Double.
B equals
Okay, cool. Hey, no worries. Kanti, no worries, no worries. No worries. You take care. Okay, good. Sagar, can you continue?
Yeah. Then we'll go for string, and it will
String
and
C
hold
equals
value.
to Murali. Okay, super. Now next what happened?
We'll go to the method.
Correct.
Yeah, and it will select passing function,
Okay,
and then it will be 10.
correct. Passing function. Then searches for A where in the local memory of that sample method. 10.
10 dash dash.
Correct. A dash dash.
Then it goes to the local memory and selects the B value 20.50.
Super. Yes. Then again.
Dash dash.
So as of now, for space constraint, I'll just put it down. Usually it should come here.
Yeah. Then it will take the C value Murli.
Correct. That's it. Then
Then it strikes off.
correct.
So it moves to the returns.
Correct. It comes out of the main function. Sorry, it comes out of that sample method. Deletes the memory. Yes. Then
it print out the main function.
correct. It executes main function.
Yeah.
Then after that comes out of the main function. Now what will happen when it comes out of the main function? So the main memory also is being deleted. Then it comes out of the entire program. Now static port and the entire memory will be deleted. Clear, right?
Yeah.
Any questions for anyone, guys? Understanding about the functions and then the usage of it? Anyone has any questions? How the memory is being allocated, because that is important, because that's why I'm executing this. Okay. Everyone is clear for that also, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'll be forwarding you some programs to you. Just try the same thing by drawing this memory allocation part. Okay, guys. So that you'll be okay. Why I'm asking you guys to execute the program is the reason is main is like actually when I execute, you will think that actually what you have understood it, but it's not like that. When you execute that time only you will come to know whether you have understood it correctly or not. Okay, so I know it will take time, but the information is what means when the class is over, you all will be in the same state actually what you have understood. Okay, that's why it takes time. So simple to comparing actually what other places where they finish fast, and then my side is I will be delaying very sure. But the only thing is when you're going to end of the sessions, I'll make everyone to understand, because that's why I will be making you to execute 2 to 3 times over there. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, but it's always useful. Don't think that I'm asking you more question to execute and all those things. The reason behind this actually what it will be helpful for you only. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So that's it for today. Okay, Kranti, we will again connect. So you just stay in the line. Okay. Okay, guys. So we'll again meet by tomorrow, same time. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.